Stop feeding urgency energy. This is what today's pranayama is going to be focused on. Really cutting through that urgency energy I see infecting so many of the people around me. This is a very agitated and constricted energy that makes you feel like everything needs to be solved immediately. That you need to respond to that text message or that biting remark right away, that you need to have some seeming problem solved immediately, that if you can't change that person's mind right now or can't immediately have all the loose ends tied up, there's going to be a big fat catastrophe. And so you feed this fear, this smallness of mind, and react from this place. And regardless of what the appearance of the action is, whether it seems helpful or not, the energy underlying it is agitated. And so it creates more of that energy out in the world, more of it in your own body. Staying submerged in urgency energy, which is what I'm calling it, causes great distress and degeneration in your body and in your life. And I've seen this time and time again as an Ayurvedic practitioner, working with people from many different backgrounds and cultures, but all similarly submerged in this urgency energy. And I think I too have spent the better half of my life, my adult life, submerged in this energy, and it's made me very, very sick. So take these triggers where you feel the dire need to react without first pausing to even breathe and regulate as opportunities to upgrade yourself. Stop fixating on external circumstances and people's behaviors around you which you cannot control, and learn how to respond from an inner place that feels balanced and grounded in integrity, right amidst the heat of the moment. This way, whatever action you do then take, it is of a higher vibrational quality than what you are responding to. And this is how real evolution and real service happens. The truth is that there are actually only a few scenarios in your day-to-day modern life that might require you to act so quickly. And usually you do those without thinking much. But when urgency energy arises around things that could actually be tended to more fruitfully if you had just taken a pause, rested your mind for some moments, allowed spaciousness in your body, rose to a heart-centered awareness, grounded in nature, allowed time and life to organically offer you its solutions, then here, right now, it's a great opportunity for you to grow up. Meet this urgency energy with equanimity. Don't be enslaved by the illusion. Trust life a bit more. See through the fearful thoughts. Receive the moment with less fixed good and bad polarity, and be of greater and truer service to the whole. And this is where the power of Kumbhaka, or breath retention within your pranayama practice, is super powerful. It helps you bypass thousands of years of fight or flight reactivity patterns and elevates you into a more refined and intentional state of consciousness. You actually live, feel, and respond as you intend to. I'll speak briefly on Kumbhaka and then I'll move into a guided practice. So the word Kumbhaka or Kumbhaka means vessel, and it implies holding or retaining something. In pranayama, this term describes the holding of your breath, and this can be intentional or it can be spontaneous. Kumbhaka can be performed after inhalation, and then we call it antar kumbhak, or then after exhalation, and then it's bahir kumbhak. So whereas your inhale is an active or engaged breath, and your exhale is a passive or releasing breath, Kumbhaka is neither this nor that. It is not doing, it is being. It is the space in which you transcend the duality of your breath. It is helping you get more and more comfortable in a state of rest and quiet. It is helping you unplug from your usual judging, fearing, controlling, and fixing mind, inviting you to rest in a still and trusting space. The more you get comfortable in Kumbhaka, the more you liberate yourself from the grips and dis-ease of urgency energy, while also becoming exponentially more helpful and healing to society. I'll read out some excerpts from Prana and Pranayama by Swami Niranjananda now. During Kumbhaka, the quantum of prana increases as the body, breath, and mind are brought into a state of stillness. The stillness allows prana and consciousness to intensify, as in a pressure cooker. The intensity of energy and heat go up because they are not released from the body. The pressure is sustained while Kumbhaka is maintained, allowing prana and consciousness to flow unimpeded throughout the pranayama, the pranamaya kosha. And side notes, I, Niv, have a comprehensive video breaking down the 5 koshas. So if you want to know more about the pranamaya kosha, please listen to that if you haven't already, and I'll link it in the description below. So back to the excerpt. The expansion of prana has a substantial effect on the mind. There is greater mental power and the awareness becomes acute. The capacity of the mind increases due to the stillness, as there are no fluctuations or disturbances. Just as light is transformed into a laser beam, the mind becomes totally focused and one-pointed. At this stage, there is total cessation of the mental patterns. There is a total experience of intensity of stillness, intensity of mind, intensity of prana, and intensity of practice. This intensity of practice enables one to hold the concentration and focus and leads one on the path of liberation. When practicing Kumbhaka, the breath should be retained without fear or shaking of the body. After completing the retention, exhale slowly and steadily without any anxiety. Willpower may be used to retain the breath, but the air should not be forced to remain inside by continuing the inhalation. One must not push one's limits. During the practice, prescribed ratios of inhalation, exhalation, and retention should be followed. During Kumbhaka, concentration can be achieved by focusing on a symbol, and the best symbol is light. While holding the breath, the light should be visualized at the eyebrow center. The practice of Kumbhaka should be undertaken when the ratios of inhalation and exhalation have been mastered. The nadis are purified in this way and become fit for sustained Kumbhaka. According to the Amrita Nada Upanishad, that is called Kumbhaka when there is no expiration or inspiration and the body is motionless, remaining still in one state. Then he sees forms like the blind, hears sounds like the deaf, and feels the body like wood. This is the characteristic of one who has attained much quiescence. So that's all I'm going to share today, technically on Kumbhaka, though there is much more, both scientific and tantric research, more esoteric details around spontaneous Kumbhaka, and more on the bandhas that I personally work with during my Kumbhaka. And I could get into those in the future if you're interested. But right now, I'm going to guide you sequentially into more focused and lengthy antar Kumbhaka, so the pause between the inhale and the exhale. And I'll do this after helping you stabilize in a rhythmic and steady samavritti pranayama. And this is going to be simple. I'm not going to go into crazy counts, but done consistently, it's going to completely alter your brain chemistry, your mental astuteness, and your embodied embodied awareness during triggering situations. And remember, you cannot rush this process. You cannot shortcut this process. You are reversing thousands of years of programming. Work systematically, patiently, and diligently. Let's begin. So, arriving into your comfortable, upright, seated posture. And if you're sitting cross-legged, you just want to feel that your hips and knees are the same height. If you need to prop a cushion underneath just to offer you some height and ease, you can do so. If you are sitting on a chair, even still, you'd like to have your hips and knees the same height, feet flat on the floor, shoulders rolled back, low, rested, crown of the head pulling up, spinal cord stretched out, tall, spaciousness in the torso, spaciousness, openness in the heart, softness in the belly. Just arriving to a posture that feels easeful and alert for you. And you can sway around just a little bit before or to help you find that center spot. But when you're there, just feel that you're energetically leaning back a little bit. I think already, with urgency energy, it's so much leaning forward. It's so much, already anticipating the future. And here we just want to energetically be in the present, but even be kind of rested in the present moment. And just noticing your breath now, bringing awareness into the body, into the physical posture, but also just into the breath. The quality of the breath as it is right now. If the breath is moving into the heart center, into the belly, if it was rapid, slow, irregular, you're just doing a little bit of a check, but we won't spend much time here. We're just going to get straight into it. So if you need, in terms of placement of your hands, you can place your hands on belly and heart just to feel the openness of your breath and the relaxation of your breath. If it feels more comfortable, you can place palms facing upward on both knees, and this is kind of a more outward, extroverted mudra. Thumbs and pointer can be touching or just simple cups. But if it's the end of the day for you, you're closing the day, you might want to do a little bit more of an inward practice. And so you can turn palms facing downwards, Gyan Mudra. And again, thumbs and pointer can be touching or just cupped. So you can play with that, feel what feels good. And exhale out completely with me. And taking a deep, full breath, feeling the belly expand, the rib cage move out to the side, breath in heart center, and exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, just feeling the breath take more and more space in your torso, heart center, belly expanding for 5. And exhaling out, feeling the heart center relax first, and then the diaphragm move back up, the belly soften. Inhale, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Exhaling out, 2, 3, 4, 5. Inhale, diaphragm pushes down, upper belly expands, expands. Breath moves up to the back of the chest, the sides of the chest, front of the chest, and exhaling out, softening, softening completely. And just returning back to your natural breath, whatever it wants to be right now. We're just slowly tuning your body into more rhythm, regularity, into more spaciousness and depth, more parts of your torso activated. We're going to do another 5 deep yogic breaths. So that just means you are activating the belly, the abdomen, you're activating the heart center, the chest, and the breath even touches just a little bit above around the clavicular area. So it's really a full-bodied breath, really spacious breath. 5 counts in, 5 counts out. And this time we're going to include Ujjayi. So Ujjayi is that quality when the throat is slightly constricted and you can hear the breeze-like sounds of your breath. And it just helps you bring a bit more intentionality and inwardness into your breath. At the top of the 5 counts in, we're just going to pause very briefly, just touching a pause, and right in that moment, gazing towards your forehead. And then you have 5 counts out. So exhaling out completely with me. Taking a deep, full inhale for 3, 4, 5 with Ujjayi, touching the pause, gaze to the forehead, and exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep inhale with Ujjayi, shoulders relaxed, spinal cord tall. Touching the pause, gaze towards the forehead, the third eye, and exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep inhale, feeling the breath rise in belly, heart center, little bit of the collarbone. Pause, forehead, and exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5. Deep inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5. Gaze towards the third eye. And exhale with Ujjayi. Hear that beautiful breeze-like sounds of your own breath. Last one. Pause, gaze, exhaling out. And returning to your natural breath. Whatever feels good. Maybe the quality of Ujjayi wants to stay with you now. This is a tranquilizing, soothing, warming breath. Just feeling more parts of your lungs activated. Already stagnation is moving. Just with those 10 rounds. And attention is moving deeper inwards. You're getting comfortable gazing internally. Your thoughts are stilling. Attention focused on the breath. Now we're going to extend this breath just a touch longer. So it's going to be 6 counts in. We're going to include Ujjayi. But you're really going to feel and visualize the energy rising up from your root, so the bottom of your tailbone, all the way up your spinal cord, to the third eye. And you're just going to gaze towards that third eye, the eyebrow center, for 3. And then we're going to do 6 counts out. And now remember, when you're doing this practice on your own, you might want to take more time just preparing yourself with 5 counts in, 5 counts out. There's no pushing, there's no straining in this practice at all. But I'm hoping that the sequence feels good for you. So exhaling out completely. And with Ujjayi, taking a full deep inhale, feeling the belly button open out. And that breath move up to heart center, sides of the chest, front of the chest, back of the chest. Open with breath up to the top, gaze towards the forehead. And exhaling out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, feeling the energy rising up from the root, up. 4, 5, 6. Inner gaze towards the forehead. 2, 3, and exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale, feeling the energy rise. 3, 4, 5. Gaze towards the third eye. 2, 3. Exhaling out, softening completely. 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep inhale, spaciousness in the belly, spaciousness in the heart center. Feeling that energy rise up. Pausing. 2, 3. Exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pausing in the third eye. And exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Let's just do one more. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Pause. 2, 3. Exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And relaxing. Whatever your body needs, let the breath rest there. Feel the spaciousness opened up in your body and feel that inner gaze resting, getting comfortable resting at the third eye, the space in your forehead, between your eyebrows. Feeling the spaciousness, the light in the space here. Feeling if there was any tightness or lockedness in any part of your shoulders, your upper back, your heart center, that's just softened a little bit, stretched out a little bit. Okay, let's do another 5 rounds. 6 counts in with Ujjayi, feeling the energy rising up from root to forehead, holding the inner gaze for 6 counts, and exhaling out for 6. Keeping that back nice and tall, crown of the head tall but rooted, really rooted with your sit bones balanced underneath you. Feeling an energetic leaning back, soft in the shoulders, soft in the face, Soften the smile and the inner eyes. Inhaling, exhaling out completely with me. And taking a deep, full inhale in that belly. Rib cage opening out to the sides. Heart center, clavicular. Pausing at the third eye. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling out, softening completely. 4, 5, 6. Deep inhale. 2, 3. Energy rising, rising, and pausing at the third eye. 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling out. Feeling the energy dissipate, and maybe your gaze remains at the third eye. Deep inhale. 4, 5, 6. Gaze towards the third eye. 4, 5, 6. Exhaling out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, feeling the energy rise up the spinal cord, past the heart center, past throat center, up to the third eye. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Exhaling out. 4, 5, 6. Inhale with Ujjayi, really sucking in that breath, feeling prana rise. Third eye, gazing at the forehead. And exhaling out, releasing completely, first from heart center and then from the belly. And returning to your breath as it is. Whatever is feeling good for it. Enjoying the deeper stillness, the deeper quietness that you're feeling in your body. More spaciousness. Now we're going to do 6 counts in with Ujjayi, holding the focus right at the third eye the whole time. And when we pause for 6 counts, you're going to visualize a light there. And this light is just spreading and opening out and illuminating more of your mind, of your body, of your inner life. And after those 6 counts, we're just going to exhale for 6. And just a brief pause after that exhale. So inhaling, exhaling out completely. Deep inhale with Ujjayi, holding focus at the third eye. 6. Pausing, feeling the light spread out in the forehead. 6. Exhaling out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Brief pause. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Holding the gaze behind the third eye. Light illumines the third eye. Exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brief pause. Inhale. Holding the focus right at the third eye. 6. 1, 2, 3. Light spreads around the forehead and exhaling out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Brief pause. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Gaze at the third eye. Light spreads out, infuses all of your mind. Exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Deep inhale. 2, 3, 4. Gaze at the third eye. 6. Light spreads from the third eye, infusing all of you. Exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And back to your natural breath. Taking time, enjoying that spaciousness, resting in the body, allowing yourself to feel safe. Just holding the pause, holding the stillness. And are going to do a final 5 rounds. Again, 6 counts in with Ujjayi, holding the focus, holding that inner gaze right at the third eye, feeling the lights spread around, spacious, illuminated light opening out around your third eye. But we're going to also include a very gentle Jalandhara Bandha or throat lock. And this is just a gentle nodding, bowing of your head, a gentle chin coming closer to the chest. A gentle just lowering your head down and creating a little bit of pressure around the throat. So you're just bringing your chin, which is already tucked in, but you're just bringing it lower down gently so that your gaze is towards your chest if your eyes were open, or your nose is towards your chest. Now, if already what we were doing before feels like more than enough for you, if you feel like you want to close the practice now and just listen and receive, please do so. I do not want you to push yourself. I don't want you to feel that you need to do this step. But this is just a way of holding in, containing that prana, kind of supporting in that pressure and that holding, containing of prana really, and the expanding of prana in the body, which is what is helping to still, clear, and illuminate the mind and train your body to totally bypass the illusion of urgency energy. And it's training it on a very, very subtle subconscious level. So we're just going to do these final 5 rounds and then we're going to close the practice. So inhaling, exhaling out completely with me. Keeping Ujjayi. Ujjayi is a good friend. It just helps you to stay attentive, helps you to stretch that breath out without it feeling strained or anxious. We're going to take a deep inhale in, feeling the belly expand, rib cage move out to the sides, back of the chest, front of the chest, up to the forehead. 2, 3, and you're going to come down into a throat lock, just compressing, chin coming towards the chest. Release the chin away from the chest, coming back normal, and exhaling. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Brief pause. Inhaling with Ujjayi, holding focus at the third eye, feeling the light. 6, locking the throat, chin comes towards the chest. Releasing the throat lock first, and then exhaling out. 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling with Ujjayi, gaze towards the third eye. Light is illuminating the forehead, the mind. Pausing the breath up on top, gently locking the throat. 3, 4, 5, 6. Releasing the throat, normal posture, and exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhaling, gaze to the forehead, feeling the breath open out, expand, and as you do so, the light internally expands, holding the breath on top, locking, bring the chin down. 3, 4, 5, 6. Releasing the chin and exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Inhale. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Bending the head forward, chin comes towards chest. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Releasing the head, exhaling out. 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And just pausing in this energy, keeping a few moments to maintain that inner focus and gaze on the white illuminated space behind the third eye and the forehead. Enjoying the quietude, letting your body stabilize here, your nervous system feels safe here. Noticing your breath, the quality of your breath right now, the quality of your body, of your skin, of your inner world, as you keep focus on this light behind the third eye, this space of illumination. Soft smile on your face, jaws light. And just taking that energy and bringing some warmth between your palms, rubbing your palms together. Eyes still closed. And bringing the palms over the eyes. May you allow for more pause, more stillness, more quietude in your day-to-day. May you allow yourself to transcend the duality of life in your day-to-day. To not immediately need to judge or fix or control, and just allow yourself to be. And whatever wisdom comes forth in that being is of the highest medicine for you and for the people around you. So receiving that, gently opening your eyes underneath your palms, folding palms together, bringing palms down to heart center. Bowing the head in humility towards the heart, towards the breath. Namaste. I am Niv Rajendra, an Ayurvedic and yogic practitioner, and this is the Embodied Ayurveda podcast. Here you receive all things health and longevity, but through a holistic and timeless lens of inner yoga, pranayama, tantra, and Ayurveda. This is no fluff work that changes you from deep within. I hope you found this timely and helpful, and I do advise you to integrate this practice of Kumbhaka, really gently, slowly arriving into it with more attunement, more focus, and building up in terms of the length, and integrate it as daily practice. And you can skip past the intro of this video and just follow the guided part regularly, first thing in the morning or before going to bed, and let me know what changes for you. Okay, so until next time, goodbye.